Grassmore, Whiteside. On my way up Burnbank fell. Carrying a bit of weight today, some extra camera gear. Army number one, don't you forget it. Weather's turning shit outside. But I'm your number one. Don't you forget it. These are the treats I've got. Organic lager. Organic chocolate. I was here a few months ago. We'll swing round. What you're looking at there is Knockmerton in the centre of the photo. And there's the number one. The greatest wild camper on this planet. See you there. Got to give your body some pleasures. Give your body some pleasures. Put back the goodness. When you punish your body like me, you need to put stuff back. A little treat like this is a thank you to your body for getting you up here. A grueling climb with that grueling weight. Thank you, buddy. Cheers to my best mate. He recommended these bottles of lager. He said they were nice. He recommended them. So I bought a couple. And I just happened to be doing a wild camp before him, so it was his idea. It was his idea. I feel like I'm cheating him. I feel like I'm cheating him. But it has to be done. Has to be done. Some nasty shit going on over Blake Fell. Just like the night I was up there. Total shit. Hey blonde, you know what you are? It's approaching 7 PM. It's the 10th of October. I'm Daveswildcamping. Camping on Burnbank, the Lake District. Windy night, as you can see. A little bit chilly. Very cloudy at the moment. Hoping it clears a bit later so I can snap a few stars, but haven't brought my camera here for a while. I've been using my phone for quite a bit. I've got my camera here tonight, so I'm hoping it clears up a bit, but the moon rises I think around about 9:30, 10:30, somewhere around there. So I'm going to watch out for that. I don't think I'll see it really because it's that cloudy at the moment. Might catch a few glimpses of it as it's coming up, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. See there. Fucking hell! Fucking wind's getting worse. See something lighting up over there, can you? In real time. Filming inside the tent as it's pretty windy outside. bad, like. Cheers to my best mate. How are you going to move along, girls?
Oh, Daveswildcamping, we love you, we love you. Come into bed with us.
11 p.m. Camping on Burnbank on the Lake District. And you're with your number one. Greatest wild camper ever. See you there. Every time I come out camping, it's always in the back of my mind, has me tent better to match. It just takes one big fucking gust. Sometimes you just think, fucking hell. It's not so bad in the daylight because you know if anything happens you're safe, but in the dark when it's just fucking lashing down you can't see a thing, and you need to keep your head torch fucking handy. Sometimes I just fall asleep with it on my head because it's the safest place for it, because the last thing you want is if this tent comes down in the middle of the night, everything's everywhere and you can't find your head torch, you're screwed. Like, that's why you need to fucking keep that handy. You need to know where it's at. If I do take it off my head, I'll put it down where I know exactly where to put my hands on it, because that's the first thing you need to pick up. I've cleared some things away, like I put them into my backpack, I put my lenses, I've put them away, my cameras away, pans and stuff like that. Only thing I've really got out is my charger to charge my phone, my mat, my sleeping bag, really, and my down jacket, what I've got on at the moment, what I would normally put away, but and I've got my waterproof jacket, like sort of what I would just put on, but I haven't got no waterproof pants, because I was telling you before, I'm not really bothered because it's not really a fucking long walk back, you know what I mean. I wouldn't be bothered about getting my pants wet if I was like only going to take like half an hour back in the car sort of thing, you know what I mean. But like I say, sometimes it's a relief when daylight starts coming, because you know you're safe, you know, in a sense, because it's the darkness that fucking, if things were to go tits up, is the most scary part. And that's when you need to be prepared. Don't know, I think sometimes I used to feel safer in the actor, because if you double pull that actor, you've only got that one pole, and if you keep that one pole from breaking by double poling it, there's nothing else can happen to the tent really. I mean, you haven't got as many poles. You've only got that one like sort of weak point to pole. And if you keep that from bending, you're normally pretty safe. Even though the tent flaps around a lot, there's a lot of fabric, but there's not much support in the ends, so you do get a lot of flapping above your face. But sometimes I used to feel safe in that compared with this tent here. I mean, it's a good tent, but I don't know, there's more can go wrong with it as well. Like, you've got 3 poles, it just takes one pole to go and then you're screwed really. Even though there's 3 of them, it wouldn't stand up there, this sort of battering, if one of them poles went. I've noticed as well, as the poles are rubbing as well. Like, obviously with plenty of use and plenty of winds, the first pole you put on, the red pole with the red tape on, that's rubbing against the other 2 poles, and it's starting to, like, the pole could snap at that point because it's made the pole a bit weak, where it's been rubbing against the other two poles going above it. You know what I mean? And really, I should put some tape around it to stop it damaging the pole, like. It probably wouldn't happen to anybody else, just me, because I'm just outing it this all the time. You know what I mean? In these conditions, week after week after week. I mean, I've been out about 3 times this week in different nights. I went back home, come back through again within the same week. But that's what great wild campers do, you know what I mean? The number 1, that's me. Okay. 1:36 a.m. Fucking hell. Why do I do this to myself? Fucking hell. Ew. Well, I'm on the verge of bailing out. On the verge of bailing out. Just had to bail out. One of the worst situations I've ever been in. Can't see a fucking thing. Tent was just totally collapsing. Totally flat on one side. It was just, the whole tent was coming in. Oh fucker. Right, I'm gonna have to get me head on here to see where I'm going, like. Fucking hell. Well, it's 3:20 in the morning. Had to bail out. Bailed out about 2 o'clock, 2:30. Tent was just couldn't cope. There was that much rain fell, it just total lash down. The tent must have been totally soaked in with the rain. The rain was just collapsing the whole side, because I think the material was that heavy with the rain. It was just like, and it was just pushing against it, and it was just totally flat, like, you know what I mean? It was like, oh, it was unbelievable. The wind, it was just, even getting it down, man, it was just a total nightmare. And what made it worse was the fog. I couldn't see a foot like a hand in front of us. On the way down, I mean, my GPS was giving us about a reading that was like half a centimetre from the path all the way down. It was just I couldn't get on the path. I seen a big pile of stones on the way up, like a cairn. Like thinking, oh well, you cannot mistake the path, you know what I mean? I just couldn't find that pile of stones on the way down. It was all over the place. Couldn't believe it. I nearly went over the edge. Trying to I couldn't see the steep parts of the hill. I was trying to see over with a head torch. Couldn't see now. Just wandering about all over, and just it was just a total nightmare. I didn't even have my waterproof pants, which I didn't expect, obviously bailing out. I didn't get wet on the way up, which so these terror pants things I had on, they were hanging off my arse on the way down. It was just, they were that soaked through. They were just like a dishcloth. You know, it was just a total nightmare, absolute nightmare. But you learn from these experiences. They come along every now and again. I'm Daveswildcamping. See you on the next camp. I'd just like to make this point before the video closes. The decision to leave the tent wasn't really a good one. If the conditions had been a lot worse, like ice, snow, on the hill that was dangerous, it could have been fatal. So the best option really is to stay with your tent. Even if the tent collapses, wrap it around you, stay dry out the weather. To do what I'd done was a bit silly, really, to pack up and leave the tent. I mean, unless you're 100% sure you can get off the hill, the conditions are not bad and you're not too far away and the hill isn't a difficult hill, fair enough, but it's always the best option to stay with your tent. My name's Daveswildcamping. Be safe on the hill.